Hey guys, welcome to Jarzynka Farms. My name's Judd and I'm a part-time rancher, a little bit of farming here. I work a regular 8 to 5 day job, and then on the evenings and the weekends, that's when the work really begins out here. We got a handful of cattle and a handful of horses here that we take care of, as well as just a farmyard that always needs maintaining. I know I've never really introduced myself yet, so I just wanted to take a quick little minute here and introduce myself officially as Judd Jarzynka, and this is Jarzynka Farms. And thank you guys for watching. Close, but no cigar.
Up higher? Did you hit the ground?
Yeah, a little higher.
That'll work.
That one goes on. It's a little odd, but do you think since they don't exactly line up, do I go backwards?
No. No. Put them on like that. See what happens. Good enough, you'll never get them off. If you don't
Hopefully I don't need to.
Well, the tires spin, it ain't rubbing. There you go. Okay, good enough.
Today we're getting the creep feeder all fixed up and ready to roll. I like to use creep feed just to kind of, not only increase pounds on the calves, but I feel like it also helps stretch the pasture grass out a little bit. We're getting kind of mid to later in the grazing season, and the grass quality is just starting to drop a little bit. So I like to get the calves on creep feed. That way, they're maybe not putting quite as much stress, not only on the grass, but also on their moms. They'll fill up with creep feed and maybe not need as much milk. Anyway, the hope is it kind of helps stretch the grass out. It saves a little bit of that grazing pressure. But what we're starting with first is the tires on here. They're a little mediocre, and we're not traveling far. You guys know where the pasture is if you've watched. It's not far from the yard, so we don't have any distance to actually travel with this, but I just wanted to get some nicer tires on there. I had a buddy of mine, he was at an auction, and he saw these tires come up and he wanted some. There was like a stack of 4 or 5, and he only needed a couple and I needed a couple, so we split them. He was pretty awesome to get those for us. So we got this first one on, and we're gonna put the second one on here next. Just don't know if the hole pattern's the same way. This is the other tire. We have to try to replace that one. Probably start with this here. Looks like they're gonna need this. First I better jack it up. So it looks like on this tire, we're not gonna be so lucky. Doesn't quite fit on there. A little different bolt pattern, but like I said, we're not going a long ways. I think we're gonna notch these out so it works. I marked kind of where the bolts were hitting, and we're just gonna plasma cut that edge off a little bit to hopefully make them fit. So again, just a creep feeder. 98% of its life, it's just sitting out in the pasture, so we don't have to go far. We're not pulling this thing miles and miles. We're going a quarter mile to the pasture out here, and it's gonna sit, so we just need to get it there. don't know if that'll be enough or not. Just kind of took those edges off. Well, they're on there. Isn't the prettiest, but I think it'll work. Missing one there, but oh well. She ain't pretty, but she'll work. At least I think it'll work. Kind of doing this in opposite order, but I suppose now would be a good time to figure out if they hold air. Whoop. So far that one checks out. Nice. One more thing, I think, before we pull it away from the shop. I just added this baler belt on there to kind of help with rain. Just kind of extends the overhang a little bit to keep the feed drier. As soon as that stuff usually gets wet, it puffs up and the cattle don't really like it. So anyway, I've got some little bit of the bolts sticking out here a bit that I think we'll take the grinder with the cutoff wheel and hack those off so they're flush with that nut. Nice. That turned out pretty good. I really hope that belt helps the rain. One more step before we take it out to the pasture, I think. I think I want to scrape some of this old feed that's kind of rotten in the bottom, scrape it, and I might even power wash it out. Yeah, I think I want to clean that out. I should have known I couldn't have got that lucky on those tires. Got a flat one already, so got the air bomb. Maybe we'll air it up, take it back to the shop, see if we can find a leak and see if I guess see what it's like and then decide if I want to fix it or not. Well, I can already tell it's leaking around the bead, so I don't know if it's worth fixing. Might just get it out to the pasture and worry about it in the fall. Well, I put some air in it, but yeah, it's just slowly leaking around the bead. I think we're just gonna take it out to the pasture and worry about it in the fall. Maybe take it in to get it fixed. Probably should have them both fixed. Also, I forgot there is a smaller creep feeder out there that I want to get out of there. So I think now we'll hop in the loader, take some chains, and go pick up that smaller creep feeder and get it out. Then we'll put this big one in its place. Oh, there we go. That one's still in pretty good shape. I just like the bigger creep feed. They can bring out more at one time. So they charge you for delivery, so I might as well take as much as I can. We're switching out to the bigger one, but that went all right. Now let's go get that other one. I think we got it in pretty good position here. I need to bring one more piece of wood, a block or something, to drop that back bar. That just keeps it level, kind of locks it down. And obviously, once they dump the feed in there, the weight will squat the tires, and that jack up front and then that one in the back that will drop. That kind of helps keep some weight off of those tires, but it looks pretty good. I like the spot. Now we just need to go get the cage that goes around it. That prevents the cows from getting in there, and it only lets the calves in. So the calves are the only ones that will get the creep feed. But it looks pretty good. I'm excited to get it out. Hope those tires stay up, but let's go get the cage. So these gates, they kind of wing open, and then there's some pins on them that drop in here, and then they kind of hang out on each end. So I'll dump them out, unfold them, and try to hook them in there. That's one side up. It's kind of cool. That really solids that on there. There's a little bit of a step down here, but I think that's okay. The calves are pretty big already, so I could put one more bar in here, try to keep the cows out, but I don't think they'll get in there. Hope not anyway. Let's do the other side. There's a dog in this side. I picked up a partner in crime, it looks like. I might put the bar in here just where that's a little higher. I think the cows will get their heads in there. I don't think they'll get in, but they could bend these bars. Let's do that. Alright, here's the final product. Turned out pretty good. I really think this strapping is gonna help with the rain. It's not a lot, but boy, I think it's better than nothing. I really like how this feeder really solids up once you get it out. So, especially even once you get weight in there. I made a call and I got 2 ton of creep feed coming on Monday. So calves are gonna be happy. Looks like we might need to spray flies again. There's a nice breeze today, but flies are still pretty persistent. Cattle look good though, but creep feed will really help these calves out a lot. I think that's gonna do it for this video. I've been wanting to get that creep feeder out for a while now. That's really gonna help. You can tell there's some spots out in the pasture here where they really grazed pretty hard. So hopefully getting some creep feed and getting these calves filled up kind of makes this grass last a little longer. We're getting into August now, so that's the month that's usually pretty hot and dry. So the grass is going to need every break that it can get. But that went pretty slick today. I appreciate you guys hanging out on Jarzynka Farms and hope to catch you on the next one. Take care.